It seems that the protests against COVID-19 restrictions across Canada are only growing, are only gaining steam. And if the government manages to decrease one of them or stop one of them, as is going on the Ambassador Bridge, well, it ends up becoming a game of whack-a-mole because one protest is dealt with and then another one seems to flare up. People's passions towards this issue are only intensifying, both in terms of those who are protesting the mandates, and also we're seeing some counter-protests emerge, where there are people who are upset that there are convoys in their cities, particularly in Ottawa. I saw some folks in Kingston were doing a counter-protest, didn't want a truck convoy to get entrenched in their city. And also, this is kind of the odd part, counter-protesters who seem to really want the mandates to stay in place. These are people who are fans of the restrictions sticking around in perpetuity. But the bottom line is that things are really only gaining steam. They're only increasing. I saw a gentleman post one video online that he's a military reservist and he was in his uniform and he said he's going to begin a walk across Canada from, I believe it's BC to Ottawa, beginning, I think, February 20th. We'll see if that goes ahead, but that gentleman seemed very sincere and passionate about the fact that he was going to do that. So there you go. New things are only just emerging by the day. People's frustrations are really being ratcheted up. And I've said since before there was a convoy that we've got to get rid of these COVID-19 restrictions and mandates. We've got to move towards things being optional. You got so many people, the vast majority of people, pretty much everybody double vaccinated, tons of people triple vaccinated. Omicron variant has been confirmed to be significantly milder. What's going on? What's the holdup? You want to wear the mask in the grocery store? Go ahead and wear the mask. You don't want to wear the mask in the grocery store? Go ahead, don't wear the mask in the grocery store. Make things optional. I mean, I think that's really the core of what people who are taking to the streets in protest are saying. I mean, a lot of different people are saying a lot of different things, of course. I mean, there's a variety of grievances going on there, and they sort of run the gamut. But the collective grievance is just leave us alone now. No more overbearing, broad-based, mandatory stuff. Let us just figure it out. We've been talking about this COVID thing for 2 years now. Respect us like adults to make our own personal risk assessments. That's the core message that's happening. And I think just because the government brings in a state of emergency, allowing them to deal with a more sort of acute concern there, the blocking of the Ambassador Bridge, once they deal with that issue, it doesn't mean it's going away. So I know Doug Ford, Justin Trudeau, they're really playing the tough guy act. They got to say we will not capitulate to protesters, but they also know that these rules are collapsing rapidly around the world. And in Canada, we've of course had announcements in Alberta, Saskatchewan, Manitoba, other provinces bringing back the rules, not bringing back the rules, reducing the rules. Ontario's got to head in that direction very soon. Federal government has as well, and they've kind of acknowledged that they're going to be doing it pretty soon. But they want to make it pretend as if they're not doing it because of the protests. But the protests, yes, one or two may be reduced or kind of go away in the interim, but they're not going to eliminate all protests before they eliminate the rules. It's pretty clear that things are only gaining steam. So I think the path of least resistance, the most elegant solution, is just to fast track the plan to get rid of the rules, because it is a pretty moderate, mild request at the end of the day to say, let's leave these COVID risk assessments up to us. So we know Doug Ford is going in that direction. We know Trudeau is as well. And I think for the sake of national unity, they need to stop being so stubborn. I mean, they need to take the high road and say, okay, guys, we're going to wrap this up anyway. Let's just do it a week or two early. And I think that's the most responsible and most unifying path forward.